welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 5. Alright, let's go after Proto Man and put an end to this once and for all. So, alright, Proto Man Stage 1 is going to open with the Lions from Napalm Man's stage. One thing to be aware of in Proto Man's castle is that there really aren't that many gimmicks to the whole thing. It's all very straightforward platforming. It goes back to that original problem I have with Mega Man 5. It's just a lot of very, very powerful enemies in a row, and that is most well represented in the final castle here in Proto Man's castle. It's very well represented because there isn't much gimmicks to it. There aren't really that many creative platforming things you have to do. It's all just jumping and shooting, and that's pretty much it. That being said, I do love the music of Proto Man's castle. This is a fantastic piece of music. It is my favorite track of Mega Man 5. Anyway, with all that being said and done, as usual in a final castle area, you have to make sure you conserve your energy, because in between every level you're not going to be healing your weapon energy like you do your health. Weapon energy will stay low depending on how much you wasted in the first level. So remember, conserve, conserve, conserve. Go after each and every single weapon energy capsule to, refill any weapon energy. This little bit here actually is pretty cool. You can use a Rush Jet or Super Arrow to get through. I'd recommend you use a Rush Jet for that first gap there, and then Super Arrow to make some platforms to, make your way up that wall. This next section is also pretty easy. Not that bad. It's just some of these, what are they, flying Mets? They kind of look like Met tools, but they're red, and they drop missiles. They're not that tough. See, I mean, look at the screen. There isn't much to that screen. There's just take out that guy and you're done. We got a Chicken Walker coming up here, so, take care of that with whatever you got. Actually, I will say right now, I never found any reliable way to take down these Chicken Walker enemies. So I'm always forced to use the Mega Buster, and I always end up taking a hit, and they do a lot of damage, whether it's upon contact or because they actually hit you. It's not fun. Anyway, despite all the negativity I have about this game, I am excited. We're at the end. We're at the end with some good music and a good final boss coming up with Proto Man. I'm excited to take him on and find out why the hell he's been doing this. I mean, why would he kidnap his own creator? I brought that up last time, but still, why, Proto Man? Why would you kidnap your own creator? Anyway, the re-appearing and disappearing blocks are back in the screen, so, don't bother with them. Just use Rush Coil. Or the Super Arrow. Or a combination of Rush Coil and the Super Arrow and maybe Rush Jet. Oh yeah, this last screen of Proto Man stage, for no reason, introduces this brand new enemy called Rounders. They're those little eyeball things that are circling Mega Man. They don't do anything, so you don't have to worry about them. They circle around and eventually they leave. It's weird. My theory about them is I think there are sentry cameras for Proto Man's castle, so Proto Man knows that Mega Man's coming, but besides that, they serve no purpose, so, anyway. I'm gonna shut up about that. First boss. The boss of every single stage of Proto Man's castle, except the last one, obviously, is a robot called Dark Man. This robot comes in 3 variations. This first one is very easy. It's your standard War of Attrition boss. He is going to charge at you with his treads. He's going to fire his buster occasionally, use the water wave, or beat the bird, and, take care of him before it takes care of you. If you use water wave, you're going to be doing more damage than him, but he's going to be charging at you real fast, so you gotta keep firing as fast as you can to, make sure there are no problems. But really, it's the standard War of Attrition boss. You shouldn't have any problem if you know that his weakness is water wave, and if you go there with relatively full health and relatively full water wave. Anyway, with that all said and done, let's move on to Proto Man Castle Stage 2. More of the same from Stage 1, really. There's this is a little section coming up in a bit that's pretty nice, and kind of forebodes a gimmick that comes up a little later in this game. But yeah, not much more to say. Well, I mean, I'm sure I'll come up with some more stuff to ramble about, but you know what? I do think it's unique that in this castle in particular, every single boss is, well, besides the final one, every single boss is the same. they're all this same robot Dark Man. Just like in Mega Man 3, where after you beat all 8 robots, you have to fight Doc Robot 8 times. This is pretty similar, although these Dark Man robots are very easy. Well, the first 2 are. The third one is... We'll get into the third one, but he's a little bit more difficult. These are the platforms I was talking about, having a little bit of a gimmick to them. Basically, they move, and, you know, you gotta do the platforming anyway. Make sure you don't jump too high in this certain particular little part, or else you're gonna hit those spikes and be killed instantly. And you have to make sure you're constantly jumping and in motion. But, you know, you're over a bottomless pit, so you gotta be careful. Do lots of little jumps to keep a position. Keep a nice, good position to make your next big jump, whether it's the next platform or to the ladder that I just got on. Actually, you know what? Here's what I could talk about. They changed Mega Man's spread a little bit. It's very, very, very subtle, and I think it was in 4 first. It wasn't in 1, 2, and 3, but I think it was in 4 first. But a lot more noticeable in this one and in Mega Man 6. But when Mega Man climbs ladders, you can actually see his hair sticking out from under the helmet. You can see it. It's some little black spots there. Pause it and take a look really close, because it is different. I swear to God, it is different. This section, just use rush coil, you know. No fear, no problem. Ah, oh, damn it. Those enemies are so deceptively accurate. I don't like it. Not at all. This section is pretty reminiscent to Wily 2 of Mega Man 4. Ugh. Though this time there are more goodies for you to collect, so, you know, be sure to get them. Never can go wrong getting an extra E-Tank. Especially in this game, because unlike in Mega Man 4, they don't really... They give you E-Tanks, but they don't hand out quite as many as they do in Mega Man 4. In Mega Man 4, you are going to have more than enough by the end of the game. Although they do hand plenty of lives to you. I don't even need to get that life. I already have the max amount of lives. But yeah, I mean, there isn't much to say about this. This is pretty straightforward what you have to do. And up we go. What's the next challenge? Oh, more med tools. Yay. Yeah. I don't know. I find this game pretty boring. A little too straightforward for my tastes. Maybe you disagree. You probably do. And you're probably right, and I'm probably wrong. In which case, tell me why, because I really can't pin down why I don't like this game that much. I really can't, because 6 actually operates a lot like Mega Man 5, but I like 6 a lot more, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I can't explain it. Anyway, second boss. It's Darkman again. This is even easier than the first time you fought Darkman. This Darkman variation, the only thing he has is a shield. And he's going to try and ram into you, and he's weak to the Crystal Eye and the Napalm Bombs, or Beat the Bird again. Spoiler alert, every single version of Darkman is weak to Beat the Bird. But, yeah, he doesn't do much. I mean, he doesn't jump, he doesn't have a buster or a gun of any kind to speak of. He's just going to run left and right towards your general vicinity. You just jump and you use your Napalm Bomb, or your Crystal Eye, and you're going to take care of him. If you're shooting your buster, you have to make sure you shoot when the shields are at his are in the front and back of him and not on his sides, or else the buster shot isn't going to get through. But I mean, you saw that wasn't really that difficult at all. That was probably the easiest castle boss in Mega Man history, if I may be so bold. And I will be so bold because I know that was the easiest castle boss in Mega Man history. Anyway, on to Proto Man Castle Stage 3. And it's really more of the same. I don't know. I mean, you know what I think it is about 6? 6 has the jetpack. The jetpack and the power adapter. And those really change things up and make things exciting and cool. And all this one does differently is add a rush with a pogo stick. And beat the bird, I guess, but beat the bird is just a nice end game overpowered reward if you had the tenacity to go after all 8 letters. I don't know. Gravity Hold's a good weapon to use throughout a lot of this castle, because it's a pretty good screen nuke. It doesn't kill every single enemy in one hit, as you notice that turret didn't go down in one hit. That's for some of the bigger, more tougher enemies, it does take a couple of uses of Gravity Hold before, you know, it kicks in and you can actually reverse the gravity on them and have them fly away. This little bit is not all that tricky, you know. And then just more straightforward running and shooting, and enemies that are pretty tough or will impede your progress, like these Mentos. But Mentos have always done that, so I guess I can't really complain about them. Man, you know, despite all the negativity I have about Mega Man 5, I do like this game a lot, okay? Compared to most other 2D games that I played, I like all the Mega Man games. All the Mega Man games are like above the 2D games I play. It just so happens that this one is the worst of the best. The worst of a very good series, which isn't such a bad thing. Although, when you consider the low points of Mega Man, you have to look at Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy, and that's, that's a low point, but we'll get to that eventually. That's not a great game. Or at the very least, the music isn't all that great. Oh my goodness, it's terrible. Oh, you know what? This little bit's interesting. You get to ride these moving platforms. If you want to get those goodies up there, you can just use Rush Coil. There we go. Boom. Free tank, free life. This little bit's pretty cool. It's a moving platform, you know. Got to keep up with it. Don't want to get too far ahead. Don't want to get too far behind. Make sure you navigate the spikes. Once again, we have this fantastic castle music to provide good backdrop for this great finale, this grand finale of Mega Man 5. It's actually the only castle theme of Proto Man's castle, but, you know, that's not really a bad thing because this is a pretty great theme. Oh, yeah, there we go, I made it. I made it, alright. Oh, come on, yeah, there we go. Oh, I did a good job with that guy. Actually, to take care of these turret guys, one good strategy, especially in this particular part, is the Power Stone. I finally found good use for the Power Stone, and it's right here. Boom, look at that. Nice and easy, didn't even have to waste any time. Second good use of the Power Stone. There are quite a few screens where these big giant hulking robots are going to be towering over you, and you can't go up the ladder without getting a hit. And instead of having to get hit, you can just use Power Stone and, you know, just take them down. No cost to you, because you're not going to use Power Stone for anything else. Power Stone's useless outside of those two situations. So yeah, I finally found a good use for Power Stone. And quite a few more of those big hulking robots are going to appear over ledges, and the only way you can get through them is by taking a hit. But if you know, just use your Power Stone, then you'll be fine, which is pretty great. I almost died here. I didn't. No, I almost. Wow. That was really close. Anyway, boss of Proto Man Stage 3 is Dark Man yet again. This is the third Dark Man robot. This is the toughest of the Dark Man robots, in my opinion. He has 2 attacks. He's going to run towards you, jump, and he's going to fire his big giant cannon on the side. That's his second attack. Those, what are they? Concrete? They're freezing rings. They hit you and they freeze you immediately. You can't pause the game while you're frozen, so you won't be able to use an E-tank and save yourself. I got lucky there, so, you know. Gotta be very careful against this particular version of Dark Man. There's no invincibility frames with the, with those freezing rings either. So, be very, very careful of that. And they aim for you, so... Ah, man, those things make this fight really difficult. You have to put as much distance between yourself and the Darkman robot as possible in order to dodge the freezing rings and have a chance at, staying alive. You're probably going to have plenty of E-tanks at this point, so I wouldn't worry too much. Be sure to use an E-tank. This is an E-tank use boss. This is the boss you're going to want to use an E-tank for, because he is that tough, but be careful, because he does a lot of damage. But gyro attack or beat the bird is his weakness, so use that information how you will. Okay, whew, I'm tired, but we're finally here. The last stage of Proto Man's castle. Last stage of the game! This stage does actually have a pretty good gimmick. Basically, you're bringing the tower down. In order to do that, you have to destroy these weak, crumbling blocks and navigate your way to the top. Make sure you don't position yourself in a spot where the spikes will crush you, or where the ceiling will crush you. Just like that. Gotta be super careful. Once you're absolutely sure you're safe, then you can start destroying the blocks as quickly as possible. But until then, just destroy them one at a time. Take a couple of extra seconds to be careful, because it's not going to do any harm if you take a couple extra seconds to be a little bit more careful. But that's it. That's the end of the stage. We brought the tower down. Let's take on Proto Man and that weird whistle. Why did you change your whistle? Come on, let's go. What's going? Oh, jeez. What was Proto Man? Oh, it was another Darkman robot. Yeah, it's another Darkman robot. This is the real Darkman. This is the super-powered Darkman 4. This is the best version of Darkman. This is the robot that was causing all of the trouble in the beginning of the game. This is the robot that kidnapped Dr. Light. And he is really tough, worthy of final boss tough. Basically, he's going to combine the abilities of the 3 other Dark Men. He is going to have the shot of the first Darkman, he's going to have the shield of the second Darkman, and he's going to have the jumping capabilities of the third Darkman. And he's going to combine it together into one super powerful Darkman robot. Also, when he jumps, his shields fly out to both sides of the screen. You have to make sure not only do you dodge where Darkman is going to land, but you also have to dodge the shields as they come jumping. As they fly out outside the screen, then come back inside the screen. So you gotta be super careful of that. He's tough, but you can get him down to a pattern. You can get him down to a pretty simple pattern, but it doesn't change the fact that he does a lot of damage either on contact or as buster shots. But I got him here. Come on. Give me back Dr. Light. One more shot, I'll take care of you. Yeah! Did it. Okay, we beat Mega Man 5. Alright. So where's Dr. Light? What's going on? You've done well, Mega Man. I never expected you to defeat my powerful Darkman robot? Oh, really? Oh, well, who didn't see that one coming? Until now, I've managed to frame Proto Man for my crimes, but now the real Proto Man has appeared and spoiled my plan. Dr. Light is a captive in my lab. Come if you dare. Sorry for that, by the way. I know it's a bad laugh. Anyway, Dr. Wily, the bad guy, again. Oh, my God. Jeez. Well, whatever. Join me next time for the finale of Let's Play Mega Man 5. We're going to take out Dr. Wily again. See you then, and have a good day.